what would you do if you had 1 hour left to live? How would you behave? What would you do? People sometimes come up with a bucket list, as they say, before they're going to die, the things they want to do. But if you had 1 hour, you'd have to fine-tune your bucket list. And what would matter then to you? Okay, so St. Dominic Savio was asked, he was a little boy who was playing football, and his teacher, St. John Bosco, asked him, what would you do if you had 1 hour left to live? And he said, I would carry on playing football. Okay? And also St. John Fisher, the Bishop of Rochester, was languishing in the Tower of London because he told the king he couldn't divorce his wife and marry his mistress. And he was woken up in the middle of the night and told, prepare yourself, you will die at sundown, or sunrise. And he said, what time is it? They said, 2 o'clock. And he said, well, leave me alone. I need to catch up on my sleep. And he went back to sleep. Notice the answer of the saints. Play football, carry on sleeping. What would be your answer? Because if your answer is not football or sleep, you have to ask yourself, why is it you have a list of things that you want to do that you haven't already done? Because frankly, if we are not prepared to die, it means we're not actually prepared to live. We're not actually living, we are merely filling our life with activity. And activity distracts us and makes us think we're actually living. The way, I don't know, you know, Facebook friends give you the illusion that you have friends, but they're not real. I heard of a man who died, he had 1,000 Facebook friends, six people came to his funeral, none of them had Facebook. So in the same way, if we're not prepared to die, it means we're not prepared to live. But to think like this, think, if I had 1 hour left to live, what would I do? That will really help us to make a good confession, to live at peace, to forgive, to ask for forgiveness, to get all our things sorted, to be ready, because we don't know when we're going to die or when we're going to go. This is not given to us to know. Now, the other side of the coin, let's imagine if we had a pitch invasion. We were invaded here by armed men with Kalashnikovs. And they put a crucifix on the floor, and they tell you, if you step on Jesus and spit at him and renounce him, you can leave and keep your life. What would we do? Now, this is harder to answer, because under duress, will we keep the faith? You know, for years and years they said, well, we all believed it, that Ireland was so Catholic. And in the last 3 years, they voted for gay marriage and voted for abortion. So, if they all, so many of them, a majority, could step on Jesus and renounce him, what's going to happen to us? So we need to pray for constancy, for fidelity to Christ, no matter what might happen. One of my students was attacked and raped and brutally beaten up, so badly that she was not recognizable to her mother. And in the hospital, the doctors tried to force her to take the morning after pill, which she refused to because she's Catholic. She wouldn't take it. And they treated her like she was a complete idiot. And she said afterwards, if my faith means nothing to me in bad times, it is useless to me in good times. If my faith means nothing to me in bad times, it's useless to me in good times. You know, it's so easy when we're under duress, when things go wrong or we don't get what we want. We call ourselves practicing Catholics, but you know, you can't conceive a child, then you forget about Jesus, go for IVF and things like that. You know, it's so easy to put Jesus aside because I say, oh no, you don't see my pain, I really want this. And so many examples like that. So we need that faithfulness, that constancy to cling to Jesus no matter what. If my faith means nothing in good times, in bad times, it's useless to me in good times. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.